Liam adjusted the small light on his helmet as he moved carefully through the dense forest of the alien moon. The trees here were taller than any on Earth, their leaves a deep violet color that shimmered faintly in the dim light. Strange creatures scurried in the shadows, making soft noises that echoed through the quiet night. Liam was part of a research team sent from Earth to learn about this remote world. The planet, named Viridia, had been discovered just a few years ago, and now different. Species from many parts of the galaxy visited to study its unique life. Liam's job was to observe and record the native plants and animals. He walked slowly, wanting to be as quiet as possible. Suddenly, a soft rustle came from nearby bushes. Liam froze and shone his light toward the sound. To his surprise, a figure stepped out, a woman, but not like any human he had ever seen. She was tall and slender, with smooth skin that looked like pale blue with a touch of purple. Her eyes were large and gentle, shining softly in the dark. She had long hair that floated around her shoulders like silver mist. But what caught Liam's attention most was the calm and shy look on her face. For a moment, neither of them moved. Liam slowly took off his helmet to show he meant no harm. The woman nodded, her eyes curious but cautious. "My name is Liam," he said softly. "I am from Earth. What is your name?" She hesitated, then answered in a soft voice, "Alira." Liam smiled gently. "It's nice to meet you, Alira." She looked down for a moment, then back up. "You are not like others," she said. "Most here do not come this close." Liam nodded. "I want to learn about your world and your people." Alira took a small step forward but stayed quiet. Liam noticed she was wearing a thin flowing cloth that covered her upper body. It looked light and delicate, like it was made from leaves or soft fabric. "Would you like to show me your home?" Liam asked. Alira thought for a moment, then nodded. She led him through the forest along narrow paths. Only she seemed to know. The air smelled fresh with hints of flowers Liam couldn't name. After a short walk, they reached a small clearing. Soft glowing plants lit the area with gentle blue light. In the center there was a pond with clear water reflecting the stars above. "This is a special place," Alira said. "My people come here to rest and think." Liam sat beside the pond and looked around. The scene was beautiful and peaceful. For a moment he forgot they were on an alien world. Alira sat beside him but kept a little distance. Liam wanted to understand her better. "Do you like Earth?" he asked. She smiled faintly. "I have never been there, but I have heard stories." Liam told her about Earth's oceans, mountains, and forests. He described simple things: sunsets, rain, and the laughter of children. Alira listened closely, her eyes wide with wonder. "Humans are very different from my people," she said quietly. "But I think there is much we can learn from each other." Liam agreed. "Yes, that is why I came here." They talked about many things: food, music, and family. Liam showed her a small device that played sounds from Earth. She smiled and reached out to touch it, fascinated by the voices and songs. After some time, Alira grew quiet. Liam noticed she often looked away when the conversation turned to her people or herself. She seemed shy. "Do you have questions?" Liam asked kindly. Alira nodded. "Yes. I want to know how humans see beauty." Liam was surprised but smiled. "Beauty is many things. It is kindness, courage, and honesty. It is how someone makes you feel. It is not only about looks." Alira looked down, as if thinking hard. "My people. We have many ways to show who we are. But sometimes I feel I do not look like others." Liam wanted to help her feel better. "Everyone is special. Your skin, your eyes, your heart, all make you who you are." Alira's eyes met his, searching. "Do you think I am beautiful?" Liam took a moment. "I think you are beautiful because you are brave to meet someone new. Because you are kind. That is real beauty." She gave a small smile, but still seemed unsure. As the moon rose higher, Liam realized it was time to return to his camp. Would you like to come with me? You could see Earth one day, he said. Elira looked at him, then shook her head softly. I cannot leave now. But maybe one day. They stood up, and Liam helped her through the forest path back. The night was still filled with quiet sounds of nature. Before parting, Elira touched Liam's arm gently. Thank you for your kindness. Liam smiled. Thank you for trusting me. They said goodbye, but Liam felt a strong hope. He wanted to learn more about Elira and her people. He wondered if she would ever feel comfortable enough to show him more, maybe even the part of herself she kept hidden. As he walked back to camp under the alien stars, Liam thought about beauty, not just what the eyes see, but what the heart understands. The days on Viridia passed slowly for Liam, but each moment held a new chance to learn. His work as a researcher kept him busy with plants and animals, but his thoughts often wandered back to Elira. Her quiet presence in the forest had left a mark on his heart. One morning, Liam decided to return to the clearing where they first met. He wanted to find Elira again and learn more about her people. As he walked beneath the tall violet trees, he wondered what secrets the forest might hold. After some time, he spotted a familiar figure near the pond. Elira was sitting on a smooth rock, her eyes closed as if listening to the soft sounds of the wind. When she saw Liam, she stood and smiled shyly. Hello, Liam, she said softly. Hello, Elira, Liam replied warmly. May I join you? She nodded. Liam sat beside her on the rock. The air was cool and fresh, filled with the scent of strange flowers. Birds with shimmering feathers flew overhead, their songs mixing with the gentle rustle of leaves. They sat in silence for a few moments before Elira spoke. I have many questions about humans, she said quietly. Liam smiled. Ask me anything. Elira looked down, then back up with hesitation. Tell me, how do humans show that someone is beautiful? What do they look for? Liam thought carefully. Beauty is not just about how someone looks, he said. It is about who they are inside. Kindness, honesty, courage, these make a person beautiful. Elira listened closely but still seemed unsure. But what about the body? How do humans decide if someone is good to look at? Liam wanted to be honest but kind. Different people like different things. Some like tall, some like short. Some like bright eyes, some like smiles. But real beauty is how a person makes others feel. Elira nodded slowly. On my world, we also care about appearances. My people have many colors and shapes, but sometimes I feel I do not fit in. Liam looked at her gently. Why do you feel that way? She sighed softly. Because I am different. My skin is pale and my hair is silver. Others in my clan have darker skin and brighter colors. Sometimes I feel invisible. Liam reached out and took her hand in his. Being different is a gift. Elira, it makes you unique. Elira's eyes glistened and she squeezed his hand lightly. You make it sound easy. But sometimes I worry if I am enough. Liam smiled softly. You are more than enough. I want you to see yourself the way I see you. Elira looked away, then back at him with a small smile. Would you tell me more about human beauty? About love? Liam nodded. Love is about caring and trusting. It is about sharing your heart with someone else. It is not about how you look, but about who you are. Elira's expression grew thoughtful. In my culture, we have a ritual when two people trust each other. It is a moment when we show our true selves. Liam's curiosity grew. What does that mean? Elira hesitated, then whispered, It means removing the cloth that covers us to be seen without masks or protection. Liam nodded slowly. That sounds very brave. Elira's cheeks colored slightly. It is hard. To show someone you trust is to be vulnerable. Liam smiled gently. I think that kind of trust is very important. The afternoon light grew softer as they talked more about their worlds. Liam told stories of Earth's oceans, mountains, and people who found beauty in small things. A smile, a helping hand, a kind word. Elira shared tales of her people's connection to the forest, how they listened to the trees and stars. She spoke of their rituals, their music, and the colors they wore to show feelings. As the sky darkened, Liam realized they had spent hours together. He felt a growing respect and care for Elira, and he hoped she felt the same. Before leaving, Elira looked at him with a question in her eyes. "Liam, would you see me as beautiful if I showed you all of me, without hiding?" Liam smiled warmly. "I would be honored." Elira seemed nervous, her hands trembling slightly. "I want to learn how humans see beauty, but I am afraid." Liam reached out and gently held her hands. "There is no need to be afraid. I will respect you always." For a moment, the two sat quietly, the sounds of the forest wrapping around them like a soft blanket. Then Elira stood slowly. "I must go now, but I want to meet you again." Liam nodded. "I will be here." As she walked away, Liam watched her blend into the violet shadows. He thought about her words and the courage it must take to open herself like that. He felt certain this was only the beginning of something special. Several days passed since Liam and Elira had their deep talk by the glowing pond. Each day, Liam returned to the forest hoping to find her again. Sometimes she was there, sometimes not. The alien moon was vast, and its mysteries were many. 1. Evening. As the twin moons rose high, casting soft light over the violet trees, Liam saw Elira waiting near the clearing. Her face looked serious but calm. "I want to show you something," she said quietly. Liam nodded, curiosity stirring inside him. Elira led him deeper into the forest than before. The air grew cooler, and the sounds of the night animals filled the silence. After a while, they came to a circle of tall stones, arranged carefully in a pattern Liam did not understand. "This is a sacred place," Elira explained. "My people use it for important rituals." Liam looked around, feeling the quiet power of the place. The stones were covered in soft moss and strange symbols. "Tonight," Elira continued, "I will take part in a ceremony called the Trust Opening." Liam listened carefully. "What does it mean?" She looked down, then back up. "It means showing my true self without the cloth that covers me. It is a way to say I trust the other person." Liam felt honored and nervous. He had never been part of such a ritual, but he wanted to support her. Elira took a deep breath and began to remove the thin cloth covering her upper body. Her hands trembled, and her eyes searched Liam's face. She looked nervous, but also brave. When the cloth fell, Liam saw her skin fully for the first time. Soft, pale blue with a gentle shine like moonlight on water. Her shoulders were delicate but strong. There was a quiet beauty in her form that went beyond words. Elira's eyes met his. "Does this meet human standards of beauty?" she asked, voice soft and unsure. Liam's heart beat faster. He reached out gently and took her hand. "Elira, you are beautiful. Not because of how you look, but because you trusted me." Elira's nervousness slowly faded, replaced by a shy smile. The ceremony continued with silent moments, shared breath, and quiet understanding. Liam and Elira sat close, their hands still joined. "The cloth we wear is more than clothing," she said after a while. "It is protection, tradition, and sometimes a mask. To remove it is to be open and vulnerable." Liam nodded. "On Earth, we say trust is the foundation of every strong bond." Elira smiled softly. "Then this ceremony is very important." They stayed in the circle of stones, watching the stars above. Liam thought about how much he had learned from Elira, not just about her people, but about courage and honesty. Suddenly, a soft sound broke the silence. A small creature, furry and glowing faintly, approached them. It looked at Elira and then at Liam as if welcoming them both. Elira laughed quietly. "This is a friend. They live in the forest and watch over us." Liam smiled, feeling a warm connection to this strange world. As the ceremony ended, Elira wrapped the cloth gently around herself. She looked at Liam, her eyes full of trust and hope. "Thank you for being here," she said. Liam bowed his head slightly. "Thank you for sharing this with me." Walking back through the forest, their steps were light. Liam knew this moment was special. It was the start of a deeper connection. That night, Liam lay under the stars thinking of Elira's courage. He realized that beauty was more than skin deep. It was in trust, in kindness, and in the bravery to show oneself truly. He looked forward to the days ahead, hoping their bond would grow stronger with every meeting. The days after the ceremony were different for Liam and Elira. There was a new closeness between them, a gentle feeling that made their meetings warmer and more natural. They no longer needed many words. Their silence spoke volumes. One bright morning, Liam found Elira waiting near the pond. She wore a simple tunic of soft green fabric, and her silver hair caught the sunlight like strands of light. She smiled when she saw him, her nervousness from before replaced with quiet confidence. "Good morning, Liam," she said softly. "Good morning, Elira," Liam replied, happy to see her. They walked together through the forest, sharing stories about their worlds. Liam talked about Earth seasons and festivals. Elira described her people's songs and dances, their way of honoring the forest and sky. As they walked, a sudden rustling noise came from the bushes. Both stopped and looked carefully. Out jumped a small creature, a furry animal with bright eyes and quick movements. It was one of the forest guardians Elira had told him about. Elira reached down and gently touched the creature. It trusted her and came close, curling into her palm. Liam watched with a smile. The bond between them was clear. "Would you like to meet more of my friends?" Elira asked. Liam nodded eagerly. For the rest of the day, Elira showed Liam parts of the forest few outsiders had seen. They found hidden waterfalls, glowing flowers, and ancient trees taller than anything Liam had imagined. The forest felt alive with energy and peace. Liam felt lucky to be part of it, especially with Elira by his side. As the sun began to set, they sat by a quiet stream. The water sparkled like diamonds, and the sky turned shades of pink and orange. Elira looked at Liam, her eyes soft. "I have something to tell you," she said quietly. Liam turned to her, curious and attentive. "My people may have to leave this moon soon," she explained. "There is danger coming, and they believe Earth is not a safe place for us." Liam's heart tightened. "Danger? What kind of danger?" Elira shook her head sadly. "I do not know all the details, but they fear humans will not understand us. They want to protect themselves by leaving." Liam reached out and took her hand. "You don't have to leave if you don't want to. You are welcome here." She smiled faintly but looked away. "I am not sure. Leaving means leaving everything behind, including you." Liam's eyes searched hers. "If you leave, I will not forget you." Elira's voice softened. "Would you forget me if I disappeared?" Liam shook his head firmly. "Never." Elira's gaze returned to his, filled with hope and a little fear. They sat together in silence as the stars appeared one by one. Liam felt a strong bond growing between them, one that did not need words to explain. That night, Liam returned to his camp with a new determination. He wanted to help Elira and her people feel safe, to build a bridge of trust between their worlds. Days later, Elira invited Liam to meet her people. Liam was nervous but excited. He hoped this meeting would bring understanding. When he arrived at the gathering place, he saw many aliens with colorful skin and varied shapes. Some watched him carefully, others whispered softly. Elira stood beside, Liam holding his hand. Her presence gave him courage. The leader of her people stepped forward, a tall figure with deep green skin and bright eyes. She spoke in their language, and Elira translated. "We welcome you, human," Elira said. "This is Liam, who has come to learn and to help." The leader looked at Liam for a long moment, then nodded slowly. "We have heard of your kindness. We will watch and see if it is true." Liam bowed respectfully. I am honored to meet you all. I want to build peace and friendship. The gathering ended with a simple feast of native fruits and bread. Liam tried the unfamiliar foods and smiled at the warmth of the moment. As the meeting ended, Alira pulled Liam aside. Thank you for coming, she whispered. It means more than you know. Liam smiled. I will do whatever I can to protect you and your people. Alira's eyes shone with gratitude. Together we can face what is coming. Their hands met again, and in that quiet touch was a promise of trust, care, and maybe something more. The day had come when Alira's people were ready to leave the moon. Their sleek ships waited silently beneath the violet sky, ready to carry them away from Viridia to unknown places. The air was filled with quiet tension, as if the forest itself held its breath. Liam stood near the clearing where he had first met Alira. He felt a heavy weight in his chest. He had hoped this day would never come. He looked toward the forest path, wishing she would appear one last time. Then, from the shadows, Alira stepped forward. She wore her ceremonial tunic, but now it was decorated with a small bright symbol, a spiral that meant connection and hope. Her silver hair flowed freely, and her eyes shone with calm determination. I am staying, she said clearly. Liam's heart leapt. You are staying? Alira nodded. I have thought long and hard. My people fear humans, but I have learned to trust, and I want to see what this world and this friendship can become. The leader of her people approached, his green eyes serious. You choose your path, Alira. It is brave. Alira smiled softly. I will stay with Liam for now. I want to learn more about Earth and humans. The leader nodded again. Then you carry the hopes of your people. Liam stepped closer, feeling warmth spread inside. I promise I will protect you. Alira reached out and took his hand. And I will share my world with you. As the ships prepared to depart, the small group of aliens and humans gathered to say farewell. Some of Alira's people looked sad, others hopeful. Liam saw a mixture of fear and trust in their eyes. Liam and Alira stood side by side watching the stars above. The night felt full of promise. You were always enough, Liam said softly, remembering the first time she asked about human standards of beauty. Alira smiled, her nervousness gone. I see that now. Because of you. Days turned into weeks, and Alira began to explore the new world with Liam. She learned about human ways, their cities, their kindness, and their struggles. Liam showed her Earth's simple joys, a warm meal, the laughter of children, the gentle rain. Together they built a bridge between two worlds, teaching that beauty and trust could cross any distance. And in their friendship, a new story began. One of courage, hope, and the power of seeing beyond the surface.